Hello and welcome back once again to my channel, your channel, Easy English Explanation by Pooja Joshi. So, welcome to the last part, concluding part of the lesson number 1, The Lost Child, Standard 9, Moments book of NCERT. So, in this last part we will see the ending, that what happens to the lost child. Does he meet his parents again or not? So let's see. The stranger, we have seen that he had picked up that child and was trying to convince, calm and soothe that child. As the child was crying, he was trying that child to pacify. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. "Will you have a ride on the horse?" he gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted, "I want my mother, I want my father." Here the man was trying to pacify him, calm him down, and he asked that little child whether he would like to sit on the roundabout where different kinds of animals or chairs are there, and that roundabout, it swings in a circular motion. You must have seen that in a fair. So he asked that child whether would you like to ride a horse, but he gently asked. He was trying to calm that boy as he was crying a lot, but he didn't say anything, and he just started to raise his voice to 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted that he wanted his father, he wanted his mother. Now, the man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. "Listen to that nice music, child," he pleaded. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched strain, "I want my mother, I want my father." The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. "Would you like a rainbow colored balloon?" he persuasively asked. The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, "I want my mother, I want my father." As you can see here in the picture itself, that man is trying to make him quieten and try to ask him about his parents or his name. But that child, he only says two sentences. Which are they? "I want my mother, I want my father." The man headed towards, means now he approached towards the place where the snake charmer was already there. And the snake charmer was still playing to the flute, on the flute to the swaying cobra. Swaying means moving cobra, dancing cobra. "Listen to that music, child," he pleaded. Pleaded means requested. But the child shut his ears. He pleaded. Pleaded means requested. But the child did not wish to listen anything. Only he wanted to see his mother. He wanted to meet his father. So he raised his voice to the double pitch. Double pitch means 2 times more he was able to take. He shouted at double his strength and energy. And the man then took him near the balloons, thinking that balloons have different bright colors and child would be attracted towards it and his mind would be diverted. But even that colors of balloon were not able to distract him from his thinking about parents, finding about the parents. And man asked that child that, "Would you like to have rainbow color, different colored balloons? Would you like to have?" He persuasively asked. Persuasively means we ask somebody in a convincing way, trying to make him follow you or understand you. Let's look at the meaning of persuasively. Can you see here the meaning of persuasively? In a way that makes you want to do or believe something. So convincingly, so nice way that man asked him to buy the balloons. Here examples of persuasively. Lawyers for both sides argued persuasively. His message was persuasively delivered in a proper manner. We want to do that. Somebody asked, and we want to do that way. Child now turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. Means he did not want the rainbow colored balloons, the balloons which he was longing for, which were his desire before few minutes maybe. The roundabout where he wished to sit at any cost. The snake charmer whose music he was so desperate to listen and see the dancing cobra. But now when the man is asking him to do all these things, he just don't like to do all that. He just wants to be away from that and only find his father and mother. All he is worried about is his father and his mother. Now, what happened? The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? Here, the man still he is trying to make that little child happy. So he asked that child that would you like a garland which he was longing for. You remember, children, a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. Gulmohar garland seller was shouting, he was hawking to sell his flowers. And then this man now asked him that would you like that sweet smelling flowers. Then yes, what happened? Now see, as we proceed towards the end of the lesson, the child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob, I want my mother, I want my father. The child, he even doesn't wish to smell the flowers. As if the flower smell is deliberately, it will enter his nose. He just puts his nose away from the flowers. He just doesn't want to smell that flowers even. So he just continued with his sob. And what he said? His favorite two sentences, two lines. I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. What sweets do you like? Would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. As he was continuously having the disconsolate charge, here means he was continuously thinking about his parents which were not there with him. So the person, he tried to think that if I will get this boy sweets, then he will change his mind and maybe it will maybe pacify his hunger, and he forgets sometimes about his parents and the situation will be under control. But the man took him to the counter of sweet shop and asked that what sweets would you like, child? But the child said only two sentences, his favorite sentences, and they were, I want my mother, I want my father. Mulk Raj Anand. So with these we end this video as well as chapter number 1, The Lost Child Moments book, Standard 9. So take care. Bye bye. See you. See you with the next lesson soon.